Okay, this is an idler pulley for my Toyota Land Cruiser. The bearing is bad. You can hear it. These things are about $100 for a new one. I'm going to show you how you can fix this for just the cost of the bearing. Is I just ground the tops off of the little rivets in here, and then I'm going to center punch these rivets, and then I will drill them out using a 1/8 inch drill bit. Alright, I've got the rivets out. You just drill them like I showed you, and then you take this little punch and just tap them out. Alright, before you take your pulley apart, be sure and mark it. And I've got a paint marker here. Put a line across there, that way I'll know exactly how it goes back together. Alright, so now I'm going to separate the pulley. Actually, no, I'm not. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and drill 1/8 inch holes at opposite ends, which I've actually already done. But be sure you do that. That way, whenever you go to put your pulley back together, your 1/8 inch rivet will fit here and here, and that will align everything else so that you can then drill the rest of your rivets once you get your bearing in. Okay, so let's see if we can take this thing apart. Just work it off. There we go. Now, all you've got to do is find this bearing, replace it. Put your fresh bearing in there. Might have to press it out. Or you can just tap it out by hand. Alright, so find your bearing for a couple bucks. Put your fresh bearing in there. We'll then rivet these together. You'll be good to go. Okay, I have ordered my new bearings. I got these off of eBay. Got 2 bearings for less than $8. And if you're wanting to know, these are the 6301 RS bearings. These are seal bearings, pre-greased. I got 2 of them for less than $8. Alright, so what I'm done next is here are the two halves of the pulley. What I'm going to do now is these are punches. I'm going to put a punch in one of the holes that goes, and then I'll put a other punch in the other hole. And basically what that will do is first of all, make sure you align your markup that you made prior to disassembling your pulley. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill that hole here, and then a hole opposite of that using a 1/8 inch drill bit. I will then put in a rivet into that one, as well as this hole. After I get the two rivets in, I can take these indexing punches out, and then I can then drill the rest of them and then add the rest of the rivets. These are 1/8 inch rivets, therefore they use a 1/8 inch drill bit. So, next step, let's drill the holes. Okay, now once you have your holes drilled, get your new bearing. Press in there. Be sure to line your little marks up, indexing marks. Now, it might be wise to go ahead and press this in. This one is really tight, so I do have a bearing press over here, and I'm going to go ahead and press it in on this side first. Okay. Line your marks up. Alright, yeah. Alright, that's got it together, so now let's put our rivets in. Alright. Bearings pressed together. Put the rivets in. Be sure and use the steel rivets, don't use the aluminum rivets. Okay, and here's the completed pulley placed on the motor, nice and quiet. Nice and smooth.